Hey, what is up guys? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, where in this video I'm going to be previewing what is our biggest away trip of the season to White Hart Lane in our second North London derby of the season. So the first time that we played Spurs this season, we drew 1-1 with them at the Emirates, a game that wasn't particularly entertaining. It was similar to that game against Man United in so many ways, where we lost 2-1 to them because we just dominated the game. We didn't really take our chances when they came to us, and it was at a real rough patch in our season, and that was when Spurs were playing some pretty atrocious football and we really should have been giving them a hiding. We've got a game against Spurs coming up this Saturday at White Hart Lane. Happy memories from last season, of course, Thomas Rosicki's early goal ensuring that we got a 1-0 victory, but I feel we can go to the Lane in this game with a more convincing performance. We've got a stronger team. That's not to say Spurs haven't, of course. Having a look at the players they've got, they are coming into some fine form at the moment in the league, especially they're going to the game on the back of a 3-0 win against Tony Pulis' men at the Hawthorn, so they're going to be high on confidence. But let's not forget that it was only a matter of weeks ago that they did lose at home to Leicester, and their home form this season has been rather patchy, so I certainly do believe that we can be having the beating of them at the Lane. Of course, we strengthened in summer, and the thing that frustrates me more than anything going into this game is that Alexis Sanchez is rumoured to be out of it. I mean, there have been mixed reports. Arsene Wenger comes out this morning saying apparently Alexis Sanchez may feature in the game. Yesterday it was confirmed that he was going to be out, so I'm a bit sceptical as to whether he's going to feature in the game or not. Personally, if he's got an injury, then I wouldn't risk him at all. But it's frustrating because in the first game he played in the game against Southampton in the League Cup, and then he didn't feature until the closing stage of the game against Spurs, and it's frustrating to see that because it's the kind of game that you think he's going to thrive off. Every player has to put in a similar performance that they did against Man City, and I certainly felt that he was the player that inspired such a strong work ethic in the players when we went to the Etihad, and I just think his presence would be so beneficial and crucial in a game like this. But if we play anything like how we did against Aston Villa, as long as we line up a little bit more defensively, show Tottenham the respect they deserve, I do think that we can come out of this game with a victory and take our chances when they come to us. Of course, this Spurs team is coming into form, like I just said, just barred a couple of patchy results they've had. They've got an excellent win against West Brom the other week, and the players that obviously you've got to identify: Harry Kane, 10 goals in 19 games, a great record for him. Christian Eriksen, well, we've just got to make sure that we don't concede any free kicks around the 6-yard box. That goes without saying. And we've got to be very disciplined, and especially Francis Coquelin. I think if he can take Christian Eriksen out of the game, similarly to how he did with David Silva, then we stand an excellent chance of allowing our fluidity players to go forward. So Walcott, Ozil, Cazorla, I was going to say Sanchez then, if he comes through, it'd be great to see him feature. But I think we've got enough attacking talent going forward to get a couple of goals in this game. I really do think we should be having the beating of Spurs in this fixture. I do want to read out my Arsenal lineup. However, I think we should go with an identical lineup to the one that played against Aston Villa. If Sanchez does come back into the team, honestly, I don't know who you drop. It's a real headache for Wenger, and it's a real. As Arsenal fans, it's a situation that we're maybe a bit unfamiliar with. I don't think we've had this much depth in the squad. I'd also really like to see Rosicki feature in this game at some point, as he's got such a fantastic record in the derbies, and you kind of think that he'd be a player to really motivate the squad in this game. So picking the lineup is a hard one, but I think a similar lineup to the one against Aston Villa would be just fine. Maybe bringing Gibbs from Monreal, just a little bit of rotation there, but Monreal doesn't really deserve to be dropped. You know, I can't really think of any changes that you'd make, to be honest. That performance against Villa was just so perfect, so clear cut, that I don't think that I'd want to change a single thing. Maybe dropping Aaron Ramsey a little bit deeper beside Francis Coquelin, give him a more disciplined role in the middle of the park, and then we've got so much attacking talent going forward that I really do think we should punish this Spurs defence, especially on the flanks. I think that's maybe where they're a bit prone to damage. I certainly think that Kyle Walker hasn't really shown the form that he did when he first came into the Tottenham side. The same goes with Danny Rose. I do think we really should be exposing those players and exposing their backline as a whole, because it's certainly not the strongest. Of course, they have got an excellent keeper in Hugo Lloris, but I do think we should be getting a couple of goals in this game. It is, you know, words can't justify how massive this game is for us, and considering that we're so close in the table, that there's Champions League football at stake, it is pivotal that we win this game. We've got a lot of winnable fixtures coming up after this game. So if we can get this game out of the way, I can't realistically see us losing more than once towards the end of the season, and that's at our away trip to Old Trafford, but thankfully that's a couple of months away yet. So hopefully we can get the win in this game. I'm confident we can. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on this Saturday's upcoming North London derby. If you've enjoyed the video, do give it a like, rate and subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, and do check out my own channel, AFC Game by Game, and I will speak to you soon guys.